Hello everyone, and welcome to Day 3 of the first session of Summer School 2018. Today's lesson focuses on the design principle of repetition. Repetition is the repeating of visual elements such as line, color, shape, texture, value, or image. Pretty straightforward. I'll be sharing 2 different ways to implement the principle of repetition into your craft projects, so let's get to work. One way to implement repetition into your projects is to stamp something multiple times. Here, I'll be stamping one of the sentiments from the Perk Up stamp set to create a focal area. I used my mini MISTI for stamping since it was easier to align and realign the stamp. I actually marked a line on the lid of my MISTI to show me where to align the left edge of the stamp, and then moved it up by 2 grid lines each time I stamped the sentiment. I started by stamping the Thanks a Latte sentiment with raspberry dye ink, and now I'll stamp it again using milk chocolate dye ink. Be sure and clean your stamp after each stamping so you don't transfer one color to the other. By stamping the sentiment multiple times in one color and then stamping it a final time in a different color establishes a rhythm. That final pop of color is a sweet surprise, don't you think? I decided to stamp the sentiment 5 times because odd numbers are more pleasing to the eye. And once I finish stamping that last sentiment, completing my card is super easy. I've pulled out another of my favorite coffee-themed stamp sets, Coffee Date, because it has the perfect 2-step latte image. I stamp it first with the raspberry dye ink, and then the line part of the image with milk chocolate dye ink. And once again, my mini MISTI makes alignment a breeze. Off camera, I die cut the latte image using the coordinating Coffee Date dynamics, and I die cut a stitched edge around the image panel using the A2 stitched rectangle stacks set 1 dynamics. I also die cut a heart from some vellum using the Stitched Heart Peekaboo Window Dynamics, and some hearts from raspberry cardstock using the Tag Builder Blueprints 5 Dynamics. I added some foam squares to the back of the image panel, and I'll adhere that to a 4 1/4 inch by 11 inch milk chocolate card base that I've scored and folded in half. I added another foam square to the back of the latte die cut, and I'll adhere that to the center of the vellum heart. This will give me an area to hide the foam squares on the back of the vellum heart so that I can adhere the entire assembled die cut to the image panel. I'm adding the 3 hearts to the image panel with more foam square pieces, and then I'll jazz them up with some Wink of Stella clear glitter and some diamond glaze. And our first project is done. I love how the repeated stamp sentiment provides the foundation for the card and the rest falls into place around it. The vellum heart allows you to see through to the sentiment, but adds some softness too. Another way to use the principle of repetition in your card designs is to repeat a die cut. You can use an image or sentiment die and use the same color or different colors. The options are endless, but the concept is the same. Here, I've die cut 6 band-aids from Razzleberry, Orange Zest, Sunshine, Limeade, Summer Splash, and Boysenberry cardstocks using the band-aids dynamics. I'm carefully aligning them on my grid pad, and then I'll temporarily adhere them together with some post-it tape for easy positioning. Off camera, I die cut a stitched edge around the smooth white image panel using the A2 stitched rectangle stack set 1 dynamics, and I trimmed a strip of black and white striped pattern paper. I'll adhere the pattern paper to the image panel with my tape runner. I like lots of white space on my projects, so you can see I adhered the strip closer to the bottom of the image panel. And now I can adhere the strip of band-aids over the top of the striped paper with some foam squares. That post-it tape makes alignment super easy. Off camera, I stamped the sentiment from the Sweet Succulent stamp set onto some black licorice cardstock using Sweet Tooth pigment ink and heat embossed it with white embossing powder. I die cut it using one of the banner dies from the Hearts in a Row Vertical Dynamics, and I'm adhering it to the band-aids using some thin 3D foam squares. I'm adhering the assembled image panel with some foam squares to a 4 1/4 inch by 11 inch black licorice card base that I've scored and folded in half. And I'm finishing it up with some sparkling clear sequins, probably my all-time favorite embellishment. And there you have it. These are just 2 of the ways that you can use the concept of repetition in your card designs. There are so many other ways, and we'd love to see what you'd come up with. Please click on the link to the MFT design blog included in the video description below for details on how you can share your homework for a chance to win some prizes. Thanks so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something along the way. For more great video content, be sure and subscribe to the MFT YouTube channel so you don't miss a thing. And have a great day!